Faith, she did an interview that went viral. She said that, Biggie gave her permission to go to LA and do a song with Tupac. And she also said that she had no idea that Tupac was on death row until she
Okay.
got to the studio. How you feel about her saying that?
Bruh, uh, I'm going to be devil's advocate. You don't like Faith that much, do you?
Nah, I don't got an issue with her personally. She just be lying, man.
No, but we can't make whatever she going to say in her mind, whatever she going to believe, or whatever she going to think. That's her story. That's the stuff that she want to stick to. That's the stuff that she want to say. But we can't make her come to her senses and say nothing that she don't want to say. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody know that at that time when Pac did the Vibe magazine thing, that Bob Pac wasn't digging Biggie. When he came home, the whole 9 yards, he wasn't effing with Biggie. Everybody knew that from the interview he gave from prison, which he tried to blame them. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I didn't understand was Biggie said I could go ahead and do the song with him. So at that time, when he was telling you he would do the song with him, he never said, you know that nigga on death row, right? Because she said when she got to the studio, she didn't even know he was on death row. So if that was an issue, him being on death row, and you beefing with my man, death row is beefing with my man, why wouldn't I turn around and go out the door? My husband, as she said, my husband knew. So if that was an issue with the death row thing, so why you just say, yo, Pop, or I left something downstairs and just leave and get away from that? If she want that to be her story and believe that, I can't change it, you can't change it, nobody can change it. That's Faith's story. But the public is looking at her with the Biggie eye. Like, Faith, nah, that don't sound like Big would say that. You understand? Because he had a big problem with that. He had a big problem with dude. And I know he had a problem with dude because I was there when he grabbed Faith up over dude. You know what I'm saying?
I had no idea you was there, man. Tell me about that.
Faith wasn't on the tour with us. She wouldn't do the tour because Puff told all them dudes that it was a promotional tour. When actually Al Heyman was giving him and Big about 60,000 each show, and he was splitting. Big was taking half that money or most of that money for himself, because really Al Heyman just wanted Biggie. He didn't want the rest of the Junior Mafia, and he didn't want the rest of the Bad Boy thing. But Puff made a deal that he'll bring all the Bad Boy artists for, I guess, a couple of more dollars or whatever like that. And he told them that it was a promotional tour. You know what I'm saying? Security was actually making more money than the artist on that tour. So when we got to Philly, Faith was in Philly. And we was doing a show in Philly. And we was right there. Big saw her, and he just grabbed her by her arm and by her throat. And then Puff told me to stop it. Yo, Gene, stop that. You know what I'm saying? And I was about to stop it. And then D-Rock came and said, yo, Gene, that's that man's wife. And I said, you right. That is his wife. You know what I'm saying? Then he pulled her in the room, and that was it.
So from your point of view, right? Because when Faith do interviews, she always say that she had no idea that Tupac was on death row. So I want to get it from your point of view, since you was around Bad Boy at that time and you was doing security. Did you know that, Tupac and Biggie was beefing before Tupac actually signed a death row? Did you know it was friction between Tupac and Biggie when he was in prison?
Everybody knew that, bruh. Listen, everybody in hip hop knew that it was a death row Bad Boy incident way before the tour, way before we got on that tour. You understand? The promoter was from the West Coast. You understand? Way before we got on that tour, way before we got on the Naughty by Nature tour. You know what I'm saying? All that. We knew that we had a problem, and there was a problem, with Death Row Tupac now. You understand? So even the people around her knew that. But that's Faith's story. She the only one didn't know it. So she's telling like she want to tell it. And there ain't nothing we could do about that.
So with that being said, right, you personally, do you believe her?
I believe she believes that, but I don't believe it. Is that enough? I believe that she believes that that's her story. I believe she believes her story, but I don't believe her story. I don't believe it because she had too many people zip around her. You understand? She had too many people that was around the bad boy camp around her not to know what was up. But if that's the way she want to tell it, what I'm gonna do, bro?